Hello, welcome to One Gospel TV channel. My name is Anthony Aputu, and here in studio we have
Brother Tifa.
Yeah, welcome, Brother Tifa. I hear they call you Brother Jude, this kind of stuff. So
Yes. My tribal name is Tifa.
okay,
But my English name is Jude. So just that most people know me with the name Tifa more than Jude.
Yeah.
So I just get the books. You call me Jude, still the same. You call me Tifa, still the same. They are still one person.
I've really seen this man pray. I've really seen this man do great miracles in God's presence. So we don't have much today, but we just have a little few words to talk about. So we'll be asking him some few questions and every kind of stuff like that. So sir, you are welcome very much.
It's a pleasure.
So we have a few questions here that we are going to ask. I'll be talking about visions. So I don't know if you can just give us more enlightening questions about questions and answers about visions. So please, can you tell us what is vision? What is a vision?
Okay. It's a great privilege and an honor for me to be here live in the studio, One Gospel Channel.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I've been hearing of your exploits and things you do. It's good. First of all, thank you, Jesus. First of all, when a question is being set before us, we need to understand the question first, because you can't really explain what you don't really understand. So when we talk about vision, what do we mean by vision? So vision can be like an aspiration or like a goal set to achieve, or like someone's target. That's why I say someone will say, my vision, my 2022 vision is that I will establish my business in such a way like this. So vision has to do with a plan of you planning to achieve something. So vision is a goal or a target you set to a person as to what you want to achieve. So that is vision.
So please, we believers that we have so many believers outside there always talking about visions. Every beginning of the year, they also write visions. This is my vision. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to do. So can you please tell us about like the importance of a vision over a believer's life?
Vision is very important in a believer's life, because a man that doesn't have a vision is a man that won't achieve anything or will grow. Because what helps a man to grow or to develop is the resultant effect of the vision the man has. Because when a man has a vision, he knows that there is a goal that he has set for himself, and he strives, he does everything in his possible best to see that he will reach that goal, to see that he will reach that target. So a Christian that sets a vision, or that has a vision for his life, that Christian, I think that it will be difficult for that Christian to fail. Because whenever the Christian the person will want to give up or like become tired or weary, he will remember the vision he has set concerning that particular thing. So, and when he sees that the time is coming closer, and it's not really like, oh, thank you, Jesus, it's not really like coming to what he expected, then he will know that he needs to put in more effort. So it will encourage the person to even strive more harder, to like put more effort in that particular thing, so that he can, at the end of the day, achieve that goal or achieve that particular vision that he has set for himself concerning that season.
Wow.
So vision is very, very important in a Christian's or in a believer's life.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir. Please, if you are tuning on to us right now, please click the like button and subscribe to it. This is One Gospel TV channel, and we're here with our brother, Pastor Jude. I call him Pastor Jude. I love calling him Pastor Jude because he has done so great and marvelous things. So, sir, please, with further more questions, please, we want to ask. There's a scripture says that without vision, my people perish. Have you heard that scenario of that?
Yes.
So please, can you just give us more enlightenment about it?
Okay. If you look in the Bible, in the scriptures, you look at Proverbs chapter 29
Okay.
and verse 18. That's where the scripture says, where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. So it's still the same way linked to what I earlier said concerning the vision. Because what makes a man succeed? What makes a man succeed? Either being it a Christian or being it a pagan, being it a believer, being it an unbeliever. What makes that man succeed is at the resultant effect of the vision the person has.
Wow.
So, one thing concerning the realms of the spirit is the realm of the spirit has laws, principles, and protocols that governs it. It is not a respecter of a certain religion, a certain man, or a certain group of people. So those laws now are laws and principles that God has set to govern the realms of the spirit. So now, any man that does according to those principles or those laws, automatically those things which are the resultant effect of that thing which the person has done will come to the person.
Yeah.
So that's why Jesus Christ was saying that the children of this world are wiser in their act more than the children of light. Because the children of this world, they have vision. You can meet a musician, a worldly musician now, and ask him, he will tell you so many visions he has. And he's working tirelessly and he's having sleepless nights just to see that that vision will come to pass, to come to accomplishment. But you see, most Christians, we don't have vision. We just believe that a particular day God will just appear and do some certain things for us. No. You see, everything that a man must get, the spiritual realm, it's a realm that works with action and reaction.
Yes.
So, it is when you take an action concerning some certain thing that you see the reaction. And the reaction comes in form of the answers. So now, when Jesus Christ was saying that the people perish because they don't have understanding, they don't have vision, was because of they have not set a goal. It's just few people that you see that will set a goal concerning their spiritual life, concerning their business, concerning certain things. So, and you see that is why it's only few people that are excelling. It's only few people that are doing well, both in business and both in spiritual. So, without vision, just like the scripture says, it is difficult for the people to succeed. It is difficult.
Wow. This kind of vision, that means people have, I know that I've been having this kind of vision, people have been talking about visions. So we just thought of that we should bring something new about vision, we should talk something about new vision. So sir, please, another question, please don't be angry.
No problem.
Yeah. So another question says something, someone just text me and just say that, okay, how can someone know he or she vision over his life, over God's life, like concerning God's vision over his life and his own visions? Can he merge them together and work with it?
Okay. Just like how we say, just like how what I earlier said, you can know the difference between God's vision when man was not working in according to that plan or purpose which God created him. God don't just need to stop there because he has a vision why he created man.
Yes.
So since he has a vision, he must see it that vision must come to pass.
Yes.
That is why the Bible even told us that without vision the people perish, because without vision there is nothing that will trigger them to still go up even though when they fail, because it is not bound that everything you start will go smoothly. Things you start, thank you Jesus, there are times whereby you notice like something like a failure, but if you have a vision, that failure will just be like a stepping stone for you to even encourage yourself and strive more. So when man fell or when man shifted out of the plan, God didn't just have to leave. So that was what still led God into sending his own begotten son. Meanwhile, had it been God didn't have a vision why he created man, he would have just left man to just perish, or man to just go like that. But the vision made him to go to the extreme length to see that it comes to pass. So that was why he sent Jesus Christ to come and reconcile us back to him, so that we can be able to fulfill that which he already predestined and planned for us to be. So that was why when Jesus Christ came, everything he does was redirecting us to the Father, was redirect and like connecting us to him, because it is through him that we will know our real essence of being. So vision is a very important thing that every Christian must have. So that is God's vision. So now, a man's vision now, you must weigh the vision you have. You must weigh the vision you have. Because there are most of the times, the visions we have are, I won't say unimportant visions, no. I won't say that, but most of the time the visions we have are visions that are contradicting the work or the calling of God concerning our life. Because as you know, every man has its own calling, what God has called a man to do on earth. So most of the time the vision we set for ourselves is like contradicting the callings or the workings of God concerning our life. So that is why you discover that you struggle and you struggle and you struggle to see that vision come to pass. And at the end of the day, the vision doesn't come to pass. So, and that leads me to me saying, every believer, for you to be successful in whatever you are doing, you must first of all know your calling, one, know your ordination, two, and know where God has called you to operate. So when you know those things now, it will help you have a clear cut direct vision, because a vision that a man has outside the vision of God, that vision will not stand. Because it is in God that anything you are doing can stand. So when a man has a vision which is outside the will of God or outside the plan of God, that vision has a probability to fail. Or if whereas by whatsoever means the vision stands, then that vision was empowered by another force which is not of God. So that is why I see most people, they carry out, they set a goal, they set a vision for themselves, because they don't know what God called them to do. They don't have an ordination and they don't know where God called them to. So they put in a vision, and because of they say like, okay, I am feeling this vision, I'm feeling this vision, then another power now will come to like, okay, I can help you achieve this particular goal which you set for yourself. And then that is when now they will need to bow to another God. Just to see that that vision comes to pass. But whereas there would have not been a need for them to bow to another God if they followed according to the will of God. If they followed according to the will of God. So before a man, my advice, before a man can set a vision for himself, first of all, you must know your calling, what you are called to do. Secondly, you must know your ordination. Then thirdly, you must know the place and the people that God has called you for. So those are the measures. So when you know those things, that is now when you can have a vision. That is when you can have a vision. And that vision in our lives of all know. So the major thing, you know your assignment, what you are called to do. Secondly, you know your ordination. Thirdly, you know to the people that you are called. Just like Apostle Paul was not called to the Jews, he was called to the Gentiles. So no matter the level of knowledge, mysteries, understanding he had, he cannot go to preach to the Jews and when he goes to preach to the Jews, few people convert. But into the Gentiles, a lot of people convert, because he was ordained an apostle, and to the people he was sent to the Gentiles. You see, so he knew that he was the servant of God. God called him to serve him. So, but in what aspect? An apostle, he should be an apostle. That's his ordination. Then, to which people is his ordination to the Gentiles. So when you know those things now, the work will be very easy. Very easy. Because it is not all that are called to stay on the stage. It is not all that are called to be known. So when you know this, you won't be bothered as long as you stay where God wants you to stay. You are doing your own part. That is what matters. Because at the end, our reward is not on earth here. Our reward is after our life.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So, sir, this vision is about this fake prophet. Like, most people say that, they have vision, you just run to prophet, to any kind of prophet. They tell them, okay, tell me my visions, tell me what's my vision, and all this kind of stuff like that. So, what do you have words for them? What do you have to say to those people?
Okay, that leads me to say every man on his own needs to strive to know God. Yes. We have gone past the era of Moses being the only one to hear from God.
Yes.
So we are now in the era at which the veil, the curtain that has been covering the temple is open, and everyone can enter in. We don't just need one person to enter to be communicating with God. So what I have to say concerning that is, when everybody is striving on its own to know God, then it will be difficult for a fake prophet precisely, to lead you astray, because that is the work of the prophets, the fake prophets. That's the work, because what they are doing, they are merchandising in the house of God. What they are there for is for their own personal gain. So the devil is a very wise and a crafty being. So that was why even Jesus was telling the disciples that they should be as wise as the serpent. And the serpent is illustrated as the devil because that's a very kind of creepy creature. The devil too is like very creepy and crafty. It's very cunning. So that is why the serpent is illustrated as the devil. So Jesus Christ told his disciples that they should be wise as the devil and then as harmless as the dove. So the devil brings in a suggestion to a man that, comes just to get something for himself. Because not all men that starts as fake.
Yes.
They start as real men of God. So, but because of that, they don't know the particular place of their assignment. One, they don't know their ordination. Two, they don't know the people they are sent to. So they're just like, okay, they just start the ministry and it is as if it is not really working them, but they want it to work. So that is when they don't know, trip in an advice of him making them, as in their voices, to be heard, and him giving them powers to do so many things, so that the people will come and then will now get what they were looking for, which is the fame, which is the wealth, and which is the popularity, which they really desire. So the day the people of God will awake from their sleep and slumber and arise, God will give them light, because we see in the spirit by light. We come to know by light. So that is why you can be in a room, there can be many gadgets in that room. There can even be serpents, there can be harmful scorpions, many dangerous animals, but you can't know as if you won't see them because the room is dark. So but once when light comes, you'll be able to see and identify those things which are harmful and which are dangerous. So the day the people of God will receive light, will awake from their weaknesses, from their sleeping, from their slumber, God will give them light, and from that day they can be able to discern and know the fake prophet. And when the fake prophet gives them a vision, they won't just follow that vision, because fake prophet gives you vision that will later on. So if a fake prophet organize a live program or crusade or meeting here now, whether if you like, hold a live broadcast, call the fake prophet's name, tell the people that this man is fake prophet or this man is fake prophet, but still yet you will see thousands of people will gather here because the man is adding value to their life. So the real prophets or the real men, what they are failing to do is they are not reaching out to the people in a certain capacity that they are supposed to reach out. So you discover that in a fake prophet, you see that people go there and you see creative. I've been in some I've been in contact with some fake prophet men of God that you feel literal power when you are around them. Just the same way when the presence of God is heavy in a place, you feel the energy, the power of God. That's the same way when you come to the infidel, because power has its own energy and has its own radiation.
Yes.
So, but the only way you can discern to know that this one is fake is you have the Spirit of God, and you have builded yourself, you have builded your inner man to a certain level that is now taking over your whole body. So now, when it stays in the presence of a strange spirit which is not of God, it won't be comfortable, it won't allow, so it will be as if it is choking you somehow. So you know that this one is not of God.
Yeah.
So, but the people that have not really builded themselves to setting their spirit man to a certain level, they will just like, this man is a real man of God, there is glory here, there is power here. So what I will have to say is that for me, one of the strategy at which the real prophet can use to eradicate out the fake prophet, it's by them getting more of God.
Yes.
It's by them not being okay with only the knowledge of them knowing, or let them go for the fullness of God. Because when you get the fullness of God, you can stand out boldly to point out this man is a fake prophet.
Yeah.
So just like when God sent Moses to Pharaoh to bring out the children of Israel, had they been Pharaoh, had they been Moses, they didn't have the powers to confront, because did you know Pharaoh too had his own magicians that can perform powers? So had they been Moses now, they didn't have his own powers of God to perform or to show which is greater than them. You know that they wouldn't have believed Moses. So now you are calling someone fake, whereas that fake person can command a lame person to walk. And you that is calling that man fake, you can't command that lame to walk. You are calling someone a fake man, and that fake person is giving accurate prophecies and is solving people's problem. And you that is the real, you can't solve someone's problem. So how do you expect those people now to believe you and detach themselves from those people? So one of my encouragement, though, I really appreciate the real servant of God. I appreciate their suffering. I appreciate their labors in the secret place.
Yes,
but this is just an encouragement that they should just keep on growing in God. Because there's a level at which when we reach in God, we won't be necessarily shouting that those ones are fake. We ourselves will go to their meetings and we will prove them fake. On the altar there that they are preaching, we will prove them fake. That is how you can shut a fake prophet down. When you go to where he stays and you say you are a fake prophet, and the person denies while the whole congregation are watching, and why, then you prove him wrong. This was what men like Babalola did. This was what men like Bessie Dausa did. When they see a man that is not, they tell you directly that you are not of God. You are not of God. And they cast out that spirit. If it is not the spirit that is being cast out, they expose you, and your powers immediately leave you from there.
Yeah.
So that's what I have to say concerning it.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for you to be here with us. We seriously appreciate you, sir. So to our viewers out there, we say thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Please, in this channel, we say bye for now. For here from the studio, we say bye for now. But we will be coming back next week with new topic, with new things for you. So stay tuned and love it. We love you. One Gospel. Thank you.